Yeah, warm welcome, Michael.
Thank you, Luchana.
Again, in this space, we gather almost each week. I think this is, yeah, we couldn't meet last week, and
Yeah,
yeah, only one week we miss, and this is
missed one week.
yeah,
Yeah,
and this is our fifth meeting.
yes, yes.
Mm. And it is beautiful that the meetings are following your journey here and there. That's
Yeah.
amazing. Yeah, can you share where are you now? Let's start with that.
So I'm in Tiram, which is where Arunachala is, where Ramanamaharshi ashram is as
Mm,
well. So I've been here for Sunday. I've been to the ashram, but I've got I haven't been to the caves yet, but I've been to a local satsang by um, Gangama this morning, so I'm just starting to discover what's around here. So yeah,
wow.
and I'm doing the walk around Giravilam, they call it, which is you do a 14-kilometer walk around Arunachala. So I'm doing that on Sunday. I think I'm at 3 o'clock in the morning to do it. It's too hot to do it here at any other time.
Wow. And how do you feel?
Yeah.
What is the experience? Do you sense yeah, what do you notice? Tell me and tell everyone that is gonna watch that video. What do you notice there? Is it your first time?
It's my first time this part of India, and there is like even in the meeting this morning, there's a very palpable silence. Even
Mm.
before Gangama came into the room, there's probably 60 people in the room. So it's a spiritual center of India. So the main focus, and I guess that energy, you can feel that energy, um, particularly when you've got a lot of people in one room. And then when we just did a silent meditation for 2 hours. But I noticed it as soon as I came here anyway, because the hotel I'm staying in has a view of Arunachala. And you can sit on the roof and like have a beautiful view of the mountain. It's just like there is a very like real sense of spirit here.
Wow.
Um, I don't know if you've seen Christos in Brazil. Have you seen Statue of the Christ in
Yes,
Brazil?
yes, yes, but not in like not in person. But I know what you mean. Yeah.
Well, well, in person, I went there and there were thousands of people.
Hmm.
So I wasn't expecting it to be very special, but it had the same sort of presence for whatever reason. Like just looking, it just had, even though it was very noisy, people like, it was just a silence.
Hmm.
There was a very like thick, palpable feeling of spirit. And it's the same sort of thing with the mountain. So you
Wow.
just feel it.
Hmm.
Fills the mind. Yeah.
Hmm.
So beautiful.
Hmm. Very nice. Very nice. Hmm.
Mm.
Something from the
And
last.
interestingly, there are challenges, right?
Yeah,
Go
go.
on.
You go. You go. No, please. You go. Share.
Because there is that sense and wanting, like, because the mind even jumps up to challenge even more, perhaps at times.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay. What kind of challenges? I think I lost you for a while. Hmm.
Are you back?
Yes, you're here. You mentioned something about challenges.
Oh yeah, the internet's dropping out a little bit. I should have good internet, really.
Hmm.
Back.
How is the connection?
It should be good.
Yeah, yeah. I also sense it's not so
It's
bad.
on, yeah, it's on my side. So it's definitely, I got a message about the internet on my side. So it's happening on here. Anyway, we'll see how we go. Um,
Hmm. Yeah, can you
should be
share
very
something?
good.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. Can you share something about the challenges that you notice happening? What is
Well,
different?
India's not an easy place to travel in. Yeah, so it's dirty, it's dusty, it's very hot this time of year. Like you get drenched in sweat if you're out for a couple of hours.
Mm,
It's uncomfortable. There are a lot of beggars. It's confronting. Uh, so it's not an easy place to travel in,
mm,
really. And then being any new place, it's always difficult as well because you have to learn your way around, learn to find things, learn to find what there is. And so that can be challenging as well. But I mean, you accept that as a traveler, you get used to it. But you have to deal with a level of frustration. There's a level of frustration. You know, you want to get somewhere, you're
mm-hmm.
completely lost. You got maps on your phone, you should be able to find it, but maps isn't working. So you wander around for an hour and a half looking for something and then don't find it. So there's challenges with levels of frustration. And then also the challenges around money and begging and like that idea of the guilt and shame. Is that what you're going to mention?
Oh, yeah. We touched that
Yeah.
last time there was this was coming because it was the first, I think it was first days in India with your daughter. Yeah. What did you notice about this pattern? How is it shifting, changing? Like the pattern that, yeah, the pattern was like, I'm gonna be, yeah, I'm gonna be light. Something wrong is gonna happen. I have to give
Yeah.
more money than than I need to.
Yeah.
What do you notice
Yeah.
about that? What do you notice around that pattern? Something shifting,
I,
something.
it has shifted a bit. Like I've let go of the idea of, because what we talked about was being ripped off, like having money taken off you. So, and like, and the dishonesty of being ripped off, you know, lying about not having change and things like that. And
Mm-hmm.
I don't want to say too much about that because, of course, 99.999% of Indians are going to be friendly and kind and generous and great. So it's a small percentage probably that are like that. But then when you have that attitude, when you kind of, and when you have that experience a couple of times in a row, there is that you put up a guard against being
Mm-hmm.
ripped off. That has changed. So I've kind of dropped that guard as much. That
Mm.
guard isn't there as much.
Good.
And I don't know if you remember, but it was my daughter kind of helped me with that because she kind of said, "What's
Yeah.
the matter? Who cares?"
Yeah. Yeah.
It's
I
like
remember
a
that.
couple of dollars, or it's like
Yeah.
so
Yeah. It's
that
not.
has changed.
Yeah. That's very good to notice. Very good to hear also that this changed.
Mm.
And what about the frustration that you mentioned? What is this frustration about?
Well, I think I'm dealing with that not too. I think that's kind of natural, but
Mm-hmm.
um, and I'm dealing with it okay. I'm just not expecting. Like, it's an expectation, the expectation, unfulfilled expectations. You know,
Okay, what
because
is the expectation about? Yeah, this is unfulfilled expectations. Absolutely. Yeah.
yeah, I
Well,
expect that I should have maps. Like if I go somewhere, I should be able to get there. And then when you get lost, you know, self-criticism for not. I could have just got a tuk-tuk. I could have got into a tuk-tuk and found myself there in
mm,
probably 15 minutes or 10 minutes. But I've decided to walk, and now it's too late, and now I'm lost, and now I'm exhausted. So now I just go home. And
yeah,
then I'm
who?
thinking, I'm here in India, I've got this opportunity, and I've wasted it because of my own thinking. My own,
Mm,
yeah,
yeah, and
I,
who is to blame? Is there someone to blame for that? It's like the mind is judging itself in
well,
a way. It's as if the mind is
mm.
judging itself.
And yes, there is self-blame, self-criticism
Okay,
with it.
okay.
Yes. Yeah.
So how many selves are here? The one that is judging
Yeah.
and the judged one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
And
option.
like 100. So yeah, the one, yeah, I know it's crazy.
It becomes
This is what,
a little funny when we start noticing how it plays. how it
Even
goes.
noticing how it plays, it's hard. Even noticing how it's played, I get sucked into it. And this is really frustrating because I have moments of real clarity. I have lots of real clarity. And I can guide people to places of clarity. And then yet I get these selves arguing that, it shouldn't be like that, or I expect this and it doesn't work, and then I should, and then there's a shame and guilt. And I kind of don't, I get, it's annoying that that's still here, because even this morning, when I wake up with no sense of self, and that's beautiful. Just, sensations and,
Yeah, just direct experience. And then what happened?
And then thoughts come in, and this morning they were particularly brutal and persistent. And saying, oh, why am I doing this? Why am I here? I don't want to do this. I'm lonely, and it's just, what's the point? All of these sorts of thoughts. And even because I deliberately just watch them now. I deliberately kind of wait for them to come up and watch them. And in a sense, don't own them or notice. I notice the feeling. So I notice the thought. I notice the feeling. I notice the constriction. But I'm still really surprised by how persistent it is. And it does set a tone for the day. It sets a mood for the day.
Absolutely,
and I can do things to alter that mood. Like, I know I've got all sorts of different things I can do to alter that mood, meditating. But I'm kind of deliberately not doing that as well. Because I'm not wanting to, run away anymore. Because if I
very good. Yeah.
If I do, like, I could do breathing exercises or meditate, and I can shift it. I can do exercise and shift it. There's many ways I can shift it. I can listen to something and shift it. But I'm deliberately just lying there and like letting it come and letting it happen, noticing it, feeling it. It surprises me that it's still like there is that self and that constriction.
Yeah. Let's notice, is there maybe subtle expectation that this narrative won't appear at all?
Yes. Yeah, I think so.
Why?
Or that I won't care about it. Or that I won't care about it, or won't feel anything even.
What is being...
Why do I think that?
Yeah, the question here could be, what is being influenced or judged by those voices? This is a narrative, and there is, like, it's as if there is a bind of that. Why buy that?
Yeah, it is like it's being bought, and it's I mean, and it's logically. This is why it's so strange, because logically, I even intellectually, I know that it's impossible to have a self.
But the narrative
and I have
continues.
Experience.
Yeah, the narrative
The
continues.
narrative continues. Yeah.
It's as if there is. The narrative continues. It's as if there is. Yeah. And then we like, what it can be done, many things, of course, but the simple way or the simple thing is to look, is there someone that haven't done things correctly, came to India? Why, like, is there, like, what this narrative refers to? What these thoughts refer to? Is there something there, or there is a narrative around something that is not there? Because if we look directly, we cannot find anything, and that softens the whole thing. But when we go and start interacting with that narrative, that's it. That's we're lost again in the wheel of identification. I don't want this. Oh, how this is happening? Why? Yeah. So first, the expectation, set of expectation that this narrative should vanish completely. It may become softer, lighter. You notice probably it's not always like that, judgmental or harsh. Not always, right? There are periods.
Yeah,
no. There are periods where it's quiet here. I mean, yeah, it's not gonna disappear. It's
I
just
think there is a
sometimes.
subtle expectation, like of, and it's still that, which again, I know this, but there's still that drive for something different. There's still an expectation of awakening or freedom, or and I know that it's only here and now, and even intellectually and logically, you can't argue against there's only now, there's only here. It's just all there is.
Yeah, this is freedom right now. Right now, including
Yeah.
the narrative, including everything, including all the Indian people. I'm joking, but including all of it.
Yeah.
That's freedom. Yeah.
Mm.
That's freedom. Yeah, it's so beautiful to notice the expectation that this is not freedom and there something has to happen. It may happen, of course. There may be a huge insight or new opening or new revelation, but this is freedom right now. We are free with that, with the narrative, with thoughts, with the frustration, with all of it. That's freedom. And probably there is something going on. I sense that now you're in this place where you share that it's as if, not it's as if, but there is silence. You literally feel the spirit, or like there is something going on that level, and the friend here is being challenged again.
Yeah.
You know, it's like there is a lot of presence, a lot of silence, a lot of freedom, and this here becomes a little bit confused.
Yeah, it's actually fighting. Seems like it's fighting harder.
Oh yeah.
Regain control. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And judging the experience, you shouldn't come here. It says, why you came?
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah.
You say because it was your idea. That's why I came.
Well, we did talk about how it happened, and it did just kind of happen. It wasn't like a plan. It's not something I always wanted to do, or it's not something that I said I must do one day, or it just really just, well, we're going to Sri Lanka. Well, it's a long way to go. I might as well go to India. And then it happened. So
Absolutely, yeah.
no, the mind didn't seem too much involved in that decision to come here.
Yeah, and it loves the idea then on, right? It loves the idea. It participated with openness, with enthusiasm, curiosity.
And there is like that subtle expectation of something to be different. Even logically, it's like the lived experience of now. And this being it. It feels like almost like there's an inflection point, and it should, so it's like this and it needs to be like this. It feels like the inflection point hasn't quite happened. You know what I mean? So that even though it's understood logically, rationally, like logically, there's no argument against it. It's a fact. No one can ever argue against the fact that this is all there is, and everything else is a thought. and even science backs it up. There's still an expectation, and we've talked about medicine experiences where I've had that on medicine experiences, right? That inflection hasn't gone. It's all of a sudden the whole of reality's gone, boom,
Yeah.
and all of a sudden you are all there is. And
yeah. What is, yeah, let's let's look at the space from where the knowing that there is expectation comes from. The space where the knowing that there is expectation. So there is a knowing, seeing, noticing, oh, there is expectation. What is this place? What is this place? How far is this place from here? The noticing of that.
Yeah, the noticing of it's just still.
How far are you from that?
It can't be. There's no distance. It's just right here. Like
There
it's
you go.
closer than here.
There you go.
Yeah.
Your mind will never be content, and that's okay. That's okay. Even in the most spiritual, profound, and important place ever, like Arunachala, mind is gonna say, waste, total waste of time and money, total waste. Oh. And that's sweet. When we notice that, that's it. That's it. It has right to express itself like that, and also we don't have to go and buy this. Something like, notice, are you content that you are there? There is contentment, right? No, to know if we are not going to the mind, there is contentment here.
Yeah, it's not going to the mind. There's nothing. Yeah, it's just
Yeah.
I don't know if I can even say contentment, because if I'm not going to the mind, it's just empty. It's just
empty. It's just different appearances.
free.
Yeah, different appearances, different landscapes, different energy, like the same energy, different flavor.
It's interesting because I noticed fear coming up, which is really, because I've traveled with my daughter. I felt very confident traveling with my daughter, and I'm very protective as well. And same with my wife, very protective and very confident, that I could support them and help them and protect us if I needed to, very confident. And then when I'm traveling on my own, it's funny because I'm going out thinking, and I'm feeling a little bit nervous about going out on my own. I think, what? Why am I nervous about going out on my own? It's silly. I should be I should be more confident.
That's so sweet. That's so sweet. Yeah. Yeah.
It's funny. And I think it must almost, because I am feeling a little bit lonely because I have spent 4 weeks with 2 weeks with my wife and 2 weeks with my daughter, full time, the whole time. I don't even do that when we're back home, of course. So, now I'm on my own. So,
yeah, the perfect storm. Perfect storm. You are on your own. In Arunachala, Tirol, Vanamalai, I think it was.
I can never say that word. That's why I don't say it.
Yeah, spending time with the most important thing ever, yourself. And this is where the great satsang begins. You see? Maybe mind was really, really helpful, useful, and it was enjoying being these 4 weeks, doing so many things, reservations, traveling, And now, okay, we arrived. That's it. No taking care anymore. Just me, just me. Just what is here. Beautiful. The best retreat ever. How the mind feels with that.
Well, I did sit up the top, and I tend to, we talked also about doing nothing, like just doing nothing. And what happens is I tend to fall asleep if I do nothing.
Is that
So it is
wrong?
very, very hard.
Yeah. Is that wrong to fall asleep?
Not
Maybe.
necessarily.
Mm-hmm.
But if I stop the mind, I actually fell asleep in the silent sitting today for a little while because I stopped the mind. Uh, it's so close to sleep. I don't know whether I'm meditating or sleep a lot of the time. We could have slept the whole time through the silent sitting. I don't know because
Mm-hmm.
it's just empty. It's just,
Yeah, and it's just very
it's
boring
only
for very boring for the mind.
boring for the mind. Yeah, the mind hates it.
Yeah. And also sometimes falling asleep in the moments like that is a subtle form of resistance. It's just mind resisting
Yes.
what is being felt there,
Yeah.
resisting the insights, or yeah. And it's like the
Mm.
mind's trick to turn off, to switch off,
Yeah.
to switch
Yes.
off the
That's what it,
the yeah, just to be aware of that, nothing else. Just to know that yeah, it's okay.
yeah.
Nothing to worry about, of course.
It's exactly what it felt like. Because yeah, I was with my eyes closed. Like I was
Mm-hmm.
seeing images and almost like watching a movie before I fell asleep. It's like I was watching a
Mm.
movie. Images coming up and really interesting. But again, that's probably yeah. But yeah, the mind is wow, yeah, it's so persistent.
Mm. Yeah.
That's okay. That's it. The thing is to accept that too, right? I've got to just accept whatever it is it. Yeah.
Yeah,
Even if it's like that.
just to not be harsh with yourself. That's all. Mind is mind. Like this energy is this energy. Now it is challenged. This is challenging for mind. You're on your own, no one to take care of. And again, this energy there is really affecting. So
Mm.
we could meet mind turbulence also with excitement. Also like, wow, let's see, what do you have here? What still is lurking, hiding? Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah, we all have this.
Is that mind as well though?
Yeah.
That's mind meeting mind.
What else is here? Yeah. It's
Yeah.
only one here. So it's doing everything. Mind is not separate from the whole picture. It thinks it's separate though, but it's not. It's here included.
It does seem a little bit of fear around. It's almost like that inflection point. That
Hmm.
it does seem a little bit of fear
That's
around.
good. That's good. That's a good sign. Okay, what is the fear about?
I think there is a sense of self here still. Even though it's very subtle, and if I look for it, I can't find it. I think it must still be here because there's that not wanting to see that fully almost. Like,
Ooh. What is the fear about?
yeah,
This is the fear? Well, what may happen if this is seen fully? Ask that question. What may happen if this is seen fully right now in this very moment? What's the
madness.
Ooh.
Yeah, madness is one fear.
Yeah, very good. Very good to notice that. Yeah, just notice the label madness. Maybe there are some images with that coming, maybe not. Yeah. Yeah, there is no one, already there is no self and there is no madness. It's not the self that keeps things sane. It's not self that keeps things normal, sane. When the self is seen through, things continue to be like always, just without that idea of self. Not the self is here and then it's gone. No, there was never, ever. And the fear is a
Never
good
stop.
thing. Yeah, the fear is a good thing because this means that something is really close. That's good. Yeah, you are not going to become mad suddenly.
Well,
No.
well, I think the mind is mad already. Like even that statement's crazy because the mind is
Yes.
mad. It's insane. Right? It's just,
It doesn't
I mean,
know.
not just mine, not just
Yeah.
mine.
Oh, yeah.
Everyone.
Yes, yes. That's insanity. I
It's,
agree. I agree. Totally agree. Yeah. So what else is here? Madness. What else? What else fear is showing up?
well, it's almost like it is a fear of letting go of it. There is a sense that the whole story could dissolve or disappear, or the whole of reality could disappear because it's
Mm,
all made up. Because it's
okay.
all,
Okay,
so
good.
there could be nothing, or there could be non-existence as well.
What can we ask the question, what would I be without the story? The whole story of Michael, what would I be? If the whole story disappeared right now, what would I be then?
Might be nothing.
Oh, but you'll still be here. Now there is no story, right now. If we are not going into thoughts, no story is here, and there is still, you're here. There is existence. There are senses, there is speaking, hearing, words, sensations. That's not nothing, right? We are still here.
But there's a sense that, and again, this is, I don't know how much medicine journeys help and how much they hinder. I know they're enormously helpful in many ways, for
Definitely.
spiritual growth, especially for me. Like I would not be here talking to you had I not done many years of medicine. But you also, uh, like I have been nothing. Like, so I have had non-existence or I wouldn't even say non-existent. It was more nothing because there was an awareness of nothing. So
But
that I was the nothing. So it was only when it's only when you come back, you can recognize that yeah, at the time there's nothing.
yeah, yeah. But this experience, like this, whatever was the experience, there was for a certain time, and
Well,
then
it's for
it
eternity.
finished.
When you're there, it's forever. It's eternity when you're
But
there.
eventually it ends,
Yeah,
right? Sooner or
yeah.
later it ends. There is nothing that goes forever.
Well, yeah, a self comes back, but while you're there, it's infinite. There's no time. It's just
Was there fear?
eternal.
Was there fear there? No.
No, not really. No, it was just
Yeah,
there's
fear.
more fear when you come back. Maybe
Yeah.
more fear when you come back and you see it.
Again, fear
But
is a
then,
beautiful mechanism. Beautiful mechanism. Beautiful protection.
another journey, right? I was being transported by angels who I have to put into words, but just loving energy around me, just
Hmm.
transporting me to a certain point.
Hmm.
And I knew that once I passed this point, that was the end of everything. So not just the end of Michael, but the end of the whole of existence. Like the whole of existence comes in from a singularity and is
Wow.
created.
Wow.
And then at some point it goes back into the singularity and it's for eternity because there's no time. But
Wow.
then at another point, reality wants to play again. So it comes out of beautiful, like absolute, you can't say it what it is, but it's just eternal.
Oh, beautiful.
Even the words bliss, joy, whatever you call it doesn't give it anything.
Mm. Mm.
Like it's just, it just is, but it's like, and then it comes into a singularity and then creates everything, right? So
Mm. Mm.
infinite number of realities and universes,
Mm.
beings, energies, and I just infinite, uncountable, like, oh, but the singularity, it's all gone. And so I was being lifted towards this singularity. And then I had one thought as I was about to pass the point of no return. And I had a thought about, oh, what about my family? Does this mean I'm going to die? And instantly I started falling back. So I just plummeted back.
Mm.
And I was in a room with 4 other people. So they were witnessing the journey. And when I came back, there was no room. And there was just like jungle. And then so it was like everyone else, because it was the whole humanity disappearing, the whole of reality disappearing.
Wow.
And when I came back, there was no one in there's no room and the people weren't there, right? So it was just the jungle. So the earth hadn't quite gone into the singularity, but every human being had already gone. And then so as I kind of came back more, the room appeared. So the room just appeared in front of me, but there was no people. I was looking around the room, there's no one there. And then one person popped in, boom, almost like just popped in like that. And then another person, another person,
Wow.
another person.
Yeah, that's amazing
So
experience.
this is maybe what's,
What,
this is maybe what's playing with the mind when I think about that point of letting go.
Yeah. But in a way, you already let go. You did, like the action of letting go already happened. It's just the mind is last to know. It doesn't know.
But that's the other experience as well, because I lived every life that it has ever been lived every single life and every decision timeline of every life on another journey. And then when I was coming back, it's going, which life, which time, which life do you want to live? Which time point, which decision point in which life? Quick. Which one? I'm here. And I go, why did I choose this one? And then, of course, it doesn't matter because I'm living them all anyway. I'm living every single one of them. So, and I'm living, and it's all outside of time and space. So it's not happening in time and space anyway. It's like every single life and every decision, anything and everything that ever happened is happening outside of time and space, and you're living it all anyway. So it doesn't matter if I choose this one or any one.
Yeah. And what's the fear about then? When it doesn't matter? Let's ask, what's the fear then?
Because the fear, like I got that very clear lesson, but the fear is like, I'm clinging onto this life. I'm clinging onto this story.
Because you want
that. I don't want to end this story. Yeah.
So, okay, let's see. Is there a difference between enjoying the story, playing with it?
And see, that's the problem, because I don't seem, I should love this story now.
Yes,
I should just say this story is fantastic no matter what's happening, but I don't. I still have, why am I doing this? Blah, 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 blah.
Oh, but this is not coming from you. It's the narrative. Yeah, the story.
That's the story anyway.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, the story can be playful, joyful, not so serious. Yeah. What a fascinating story. You are now in India. Wow. Facing Arunachala. Wow. Fear is an invitation, like a pointer where we still hold on to. And fear always comes, it's as if to protect something. And when we look behind the fear, what is the fear protecting? What is it protecting? What's behind it? We can't find anything. Yeah. It's just story images or sensations, or there is no thing as a thing behind the fear.
I kind of understand why people, like, I don't know whether you're familiar with, I can't remember his name now, but there's a teacher who deliberately went and lived in poverty. So he deliberately went homeless for a month with no money because he was afraid of being poor. And I think maybe there is that element still that clings on to it. I mean, it's getting less and less. So it's getting less and less, I guess.
Okay.
But that fear of the future, the fear in the story, the future being okay.
Yeah, there is no future right now. Can you notice? There isn't a future. Future is a thought arising right now. There isn't a future.
Yeah, there's no future. And like even like talking about family or whatever, they don't exist right now either, except as a
Ah,
thought, right?
yeah, yeah. And a feeling, probably.
And a feeling, yeah.
Yeah. There is nothing wrong to feel different emotions or to experience different type of feelings.
Mm.
There's nothing wrong with that. That doesn't mean that there is someone here experiencing all of this. We shouldn't be detached from life, from our
Mm.
closest, from our loved ones. Yeah.
Mm.
For some it may work, for some not. We're all different. I think there was a story with Ramana. I'm not sure if it was Ramana, but because you are now there, and
Mm.
maybe it was Ramana and Papaji or Papaji. I don't know.
Mhm.
Maybe I'm mistaken, but the story
Mhm.
that appeared here now is that Papaji went there and he said, okay, now I'm gonna leave my country, I'm gonna leave my family, I'm gonna go,
Mm.
I'm gonna come here, or I'm gonna go every life. And Ramana told him, no, 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 no.
Mm. Yeah.
You go and take care of your family, and you go and do your job, whatever job you have. Like, no,
Yes.
it's
Yeah.
not for, like, it doesn't have to have, it's unique for each one. You see, it's unique,
Mm.
utterly unique. So unique that no story like yours or like mine. There will
Mm.
be no story like yours and like mine. There
Not
never,
even this moment.
no, but yeah, exactly, not even this moment.
Yeah, even this moment. Unique for you, for me, like in a
Absolutely, yeah.
different way.
Yeah, and if we are not interested in the narrative, that's freedom right now.
Yeah.
And sweetness, there is sweetness to that, and
Mm.
also preciousness. Without going here, we just value in a most intimate way, like we value everything,
Mm.
each moment, because it is unique and it comes and goes like that.
Mm.
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 So the mind can relax and just enjoy the ride, enjoy the walk,
Mm.
the silence, the time in solitude. Because it won't last forever. It's
Mm.
gonna change. Yeah, the experience is gonna change, and you know that. I mean, we all know that nothing lasts forever.
Mm.
Yeah, it was quite like calm here. Not calm, but we were just two of us for several weeks or more, and I knew it. I know that it's not gonna last forever, and now it start becoming intense. I mean, intense in a good way. You know, people are
Mm.
coming, living, coming, living.
Staying with you. Yeah.
And again, it's beautiful. And this is not going to last forever. That's the beauty,
Mm.
that's the beauty. Because if we listen this friend here and we're going to stick to every moment, either we are going to say, no, I don't want this to end. Or
Yeah.
we will be like, ah,
Yeah. Yeah. It's never happy, is it? It's
never, never. Or let's say it is always wanting something more or something else.
something more, something different.
Mhm. And that's okay. That's okay. I will wait for you in the morning to send me some pics from Arunachala.
I shall send you some pics from Arunachala. I'll do that. I'm doing the work on Saturday, so maybe I'll send you some photos of some temples as well.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Oh, when you are going for a walk, it's 14 kilometers.
Saturday. Today's
Saturday.
the Thursday, right? Friday. Yeah,
Mm.
Saturday. I'm going for 14-kilometer walk. Oh, it'd be very. I hope it'll be dark, I guess, for a lot of it. But anyway, I'll send you some photos of Arunachala, definitely.
Please, please. I would love to see that. Lubo also probably is gonna be really curious to see.
Yeah. At one point, I was thinking about hiring a room here and inviting you guys out. I don't know whether I mentioned it. I might have mentioned it a long time ago.
Yes.
So I was going to come for a month initially, but then my daughter wanted to meet up with me, so I traveled with her. But yeah, I was thinking at that point,
Wow.
maybe I think I might have even put it in an email to you at one point, like a month in India. How about it? You want to come?
Ooh,
It's
ooh. Why not?
I know people. I could get a retreat center here quite easily.
Wow. Why
Yeah,
not? Why not? We
yeah,
never know.
yeah,
We never know.
yeah. Maybe for a bit later in the year. I'd still love to come and stay with you guys at some stage too.
Yeah, always there is this, it's ongoing invitation. I know it's far. That's why if you come, you should come for a longer period. Because
Well, my wife goes to England for 3 months.
Oh, beautiful.
A couple of times a year she goes. So every 3 or 4 months she goes to England for 2 or 3 months.
Here you go.
Because she's got family and friends there. So maybe next time she goes out, I'll go with her. Yeah. Pop over to France.
Yeah. Okay, we can leave it like that. And yeah, just to say to him, to enjoy the ride. Enjoy these precious moments there.
Yeah, it's been very special. Thank you, Chana.
Thank
beautiful
you.
meeting up with you each week.
Thank you for the openness and willingness to not hide. That's okay, of course. Of course, I know that it's not for everyone.
Yes, that's a beautiful thing about this, though. Like, there's no more embarrassment, no more shame, no more we talked about a little bit about shame with the money thing coming up, but like in terms of something goes wrong or you say something wrong, who cares? It's just that's gone.
Yeah, we are just sharing our experience. That's all. That's all. And
Yeah,
this is a beautiful invitation for all of us, like a reminder for all those friends who are gonna watch these videos, just to know that it's really, really easy, simple. When we sit like that, something opens up. Something opens up, like something illuminates, or it's not that I am doing something special or that you're doing something special. It's just something pops up while we reflect together. Yeah. And there is more clarity. There is we start seeing things that before are being unseen, like invisible, unconscious.
Yeah, definitely.
Thank you.
I find that when I share with people, the internet's gone a bit funny. It's still there. Yeah. You see me, hear me still for the time? Yeah, I hear you. You image froze, but I hear you. Yeah, just wanted to say thank you. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was really special.